What up, everybody? This is Plan Your Greatness. Oh, like my shirt. You know, I'm probably going to reach out to them. Well, again, let me say, this is Plan Your Greatness. This is Carl Hamilton. I am your gracious host. And before we get started, let me say this is one of my favorite places to eat with my daughter. It's called Even Stevens. Now, here's what's cool about Even Stevens. Even Stevens, for every sandwich they sell, they donate a sandwich to something. I'm not exactly sure, some third world country or whatever, but the concept is really cool. And this is just one of the things as far as, it's like two, Even Stevens. You buy something, we donate something. So I thought it was really cool. My daughter got the white shirt, I got the black shirt. I thought it was really cool. I don't think they have any more of these chains out any other place other than Arizona. But let's get right to it. I just wanted to go ahead and just send a shout out to Even Stevens. Great Reuben sandwich and great mac and cheese. Oh man, it's good. I ate some today, but I'm gonna have to get to my workout. All right, here's the check-in today. Check-in today, and I was fully clothed. When I got on the scale today, I was fully clothed at 248. So, you know, clothes can be anywhere from 1 pound to 2, 3, maybe 4 pounds. So if I'm weighing in at 248, I'm probably somewhere in the range fully naked. I'm probably somewhere in the range of 245, 246. So I'm getting down there. And so the goal right now is to stay in the 40s and keep working myself down. So then when I break the 40s, I'll be staying in the 30s. Once I get into that 230 range, that's when I started eating super duper healthy. And then I was able to zoom from 230 something to down to like 214 really quickly. But I'm doing this all together. So we're gradually making this move. So when I get to the 230s this time, I'm probably going to be in much better shape than I was in the 230s last time. All right, let's get to my notes here. We will get to, the housekeeping stuff. We'll get to later on. But right away, like, subscribe, and share this page. Plan Your Greatness. This is YouTube. Plan Your Greatness, and you can catch up on all the videos. We will be going live real soon. All right. We are in the 9 Pillars of Success series. This is all from chapter 11. All right, we are going to get right into it because I don't want to burn up too much time. As I was going through it, I realized I hit some very important points, but I also want to make sure that I get through this quickly so I can get this stuff uploaded. All right, don't be afraid to fail. This is number 8 of the 9 Pillars of Success, and specifically it says take educated action, or take educated risks. Now we're going to first start out with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. I love this. He says, God will not have his work made manifest by cowards. I'm going to say it again. God will not have his work made manifest by cowards. And my interpretation of that is you cannot be afraid. You cannot be scared. You cannot have indecision if you are going to plan your greatness. If you're going to do something worthwhile, you've got to take action. Nothing is going to come passively to you, or you think that something's going to come passively just by not having inaction. Let me go ahead and take a drink, and this is another one. I'm probably going to reach out to Perrier and have them sponsor me on this as well. Have them send me, a case a month or something. And it's the peach flavor. So it's some sparkling water with peach flavor to it. Trying to be clean. All right. I believe that there are no mistakes. There are no failures. They're just lessons. And as I say that, I think pretty much like of an old lady at church. You know, sir, you know all them little troubles you're going through there, young man? Let me tell you about it. It's only one or two things. It's either a blessing or a lesson. That's it. It's either a blessing or a lesson. So that's what I look at. And any type of action that you take, it moves you toward your goals. All right? It moves you in that direction. Because if you're not doing anything, you're not making any progress. But if you do something, you can analyze it and go, oh, don't do that again. Now, here's an example. I'm the 7th of 9 children in the family. My brothers used to look at me and say, man, you get away with everything. I said, duh. I watched y'all do a whole bunch of nonsense and I saw exactly what happened. And I said, ooh, that ends in an ass whooping. I'm not going to do that. Pretty simple. There's an old saying that, learn from the mistakes of others. Why would I go and do the same thing you just did and it ended up with you either being on punishment or getting an ass whooping? No, I'm not going to do that. All right. So learn from that. So any action that I take, I'm either going to look at it and go, ooh, that works, or don't do that again. That didn't work. All right. Real simple. All right. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Another good quote. Benjamin Disraeli. Look him up. Powerful dude. All right. Blessing or lesson. Keep that in mind with the old grandma from the church. All right. Now, my past. If you have been following my videos, you know at some point in time, through a lot of these videos, I will mention how I grew up, dysfunctional home, special ed, barely graduated high school, so that when I got to play professional sports, when it ended, I had no idea what I was going to do. And then all of a sudden I get locked up in prison. And now as I come back out of prison, I am black. Can't change that. I now have a convicted felon. Can't hide that. And I have absolutely no education. That's, strike one, strike two, damn near strike three. But I was able to take that and springboard myself and move forward. So what I'm getting at with that is that I took action. The same action that I took to get myself in trouble was the same action that I took to move me out of my situation, my not having education. I got college educated. I had a felony conviction. I learned how to answer that question when I was confronted with it going for jobs. Okay? So, and I probably went into prison at about a 6th or 7th grade level of reading, comprehension, everything. By the time I got out, I probably was at about a master's level in a lot of different areas. And again, if you want to go look at one of my other videos, it was that which propelled me through a lot of my college courses where I didn't have to buy any of the books because I had read so much. All right. So again, my past was filled with mistakes, but those mistakes, I learned from them the second time around. All right. If I could go back and change my choices that I made, I would. But more importantly, what I would like to have done was just had the ability, the wherewithal, the maturity to think before I made those choices. That's what I wish I would have done. Okay? Not so much saying, yeah, I would just change everything. No, just wish I had the opportunity to think it through. More than likely, I probably wouldn't have made that choice. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so come to the edge, he said. They said we are afraid. Come to the edge, he said. They came, he pushed them, and they flew. I love that poem because what do you get from that? What does that mean to you? Okay? What it means to me is most of us do not, as I'm saying right here, don't be afraid to fail. Most of us do not believe we are capable or deserving of the things that we are pursuing. So as with these birds, they're like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna jump off here and I'm gonna fall flat on my face. Well, the mama bird knows you're a bird. You're gonna fly. Okay? You're gonna fly or you're gonna die. But for the most part, you're gonna fly because you're a bird. I know. So, boom, get out there. So that I love that. Come to the edge. Get your butt up there and do something. Sometimes we need to be kicked in the ass. All right? So, not trying, in my opinion, is worse than failing. If you don't try, you're definitely not going to fail. But like out here in Arizona, they have this lottery. And fortunately and unfortunately for me, I do not play the lottery because I grew up in a home where I watched my father gamble away a lot of money. So I couldn't even play the lottery. I couldn't even buy one ticket when that lottery was like $1 billion. I tried my best to get in there. I was like, come on, man, just take $1. You never know. But I was like, I can't do it. I was so traumatized by that. I just go, I'm not throwing my money away. And there's a whole nother story behind what is the point of lotteries. If you want to look at a conspiracy theory, go read up on like why lotteries were created and what they do and all the other stuff like that. It'd be very powerful. All right, so not trying to me is worse than failing, because what that is, that's rooted in your pre-programming, and that's rooted in fear, and that creates inaction. All right, because I believe all the failures that I've had, because they didn't kill me, that was my tuition. That was my tuition to the Universal Job Board. All right. So, as Yoda has said, do or do not. There is no try. Mm-hmm. That's when you have regrets. When you do not even try. If you're not trying, if you're regretting something, that means at some point in time in the past, you did not take action. So what I've done, and I know what most people need to do, is that you need to create an opportunity so you can actually correct that inaction or create some sort of new opportunity which takes that inaction you had before and erases it. All right. And I have chosen to create things to maybe correct that inaction. But just as Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. Mm-hmm. All right. My imitations. We'll do a video about all those, because I got a bunch of voices and all that other stuff. Just kind of showing my skill set. I just get a little tangent on there. All right. So my daughter, and we're talking about do not be afraid to fail. When my daughter was in the 7th grade, she got the opportunity to do the school announcements. She was all excited, but she was terrified. Oh, what if I go up there and I embarrass myself? And I told her quickly, I said, hey, look, these opportunities, they don't just give them to everybody. They don't come around all the time. Take it, embrace it, have some fun with it. If you fail, you fail. That's okay. You'll live through it. But if you succeed, or when you succeed, it'll be something memorable. I completely forgot about that advice I gave her. I don't know if it was 2 days later, if it was a week later, but I get this call and she's all excited. Oh, Dad, I did the announcements and oh, it was so fun. And of course, I'm just loving it, because this is my little, who is that? Oh, friend of mine. But it was just so exciting to see her so enthusiastic about, the opportunity. And I know she has built upon that, because I see the things that she does now. I see the things that she talks to me about and how she expresses herself. And that was just a powerful building block for her. Now, what's the difference there? Okay, there's two things going on that I believe. What she's created and what she's utilizing right now. There's two things. To me, there's faith and then there's a wish. And faith is a belief and the wish is hope. Now, what is the difference between those two? In my world, I believe the difference is action. Because if you are wishing for something and you are hoping for something, then you're reacting to something. You're waiting for something to happen, then you're gonna react to it. But if you have a belief, if you have a faith that something is going to turn out in your favor, you are going to take action. You are going to be very confident about what you are doing, because you believe, oh yeah, my actions, regardless if this fails or this goes well, it is moving me toward where I'm trying to go. All right. All right. So do the thing and you shall have the power. Do not the thing and you do not have the power. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I love that quote because it says it perfectly. If you are about your business, whatever you want to do. Now, again, I am creating a platform because I have a desire to speak on a large level, a large scale. I want people to buy my books. I want people to buy my videos. I want people to use me as a coach because I have a very unique skill set on things that I have experienced. Very unique. I don't know. In the comments below, if you know somebody that has mine, grew up in a dysfunctional home, went through special ed, barely graduated high school with a 1.5 grade point average, got a chance to play professional baseball because he was an elite athlete, played almost a decade. After the baseball career ended, he went into a bout of depression, for about 7 years, caused me to be homeless, caused me to go to prison. After I get to prison, I almost instantly snap out of it. I was facing 19 to 67 years in prison based on the crime that I committed. I got a great lawyer, so I was able only to serve 4 years in prison. During that 4 years in prison, I read almost everything you could think of, took college courses. Once I got out, back up a second, I diagnosed myself as going through depression. Okay, I'm not taking any medication or anything. That's what black folks tend to do. We tend to self-diagnose. All right, so I figured out that I was going through that bout of depression, which caused a lot of the behaviors that I was having after my career was over. Got a grasp of that, rewired, reprogrammed myself, got out of prison, went to school, became a college graduated with almost a 3.0 grade point average, and now here I am, business owner. I dabbled in the corporate world. I own a transportation company. I have a tax office. I do that. I do some consulting. And I've written 4 books. Now, you tell me you know somebody that has that background. There's people that have a mix of stuff that I have, but you put all that stuff together, you put in the comments below who you know. I'd love to talk to them because that would be a great conversation. Me and whoever that person was, we'd be laughing and joking all the way into the night because there's a lot of things that I've gone through that you cannot teach, you cannot go to school. There is nothing you can do other than going through that experience, to really understand. All right, so with that said, I have where was I? Yes, I said, do the thing and you will have the power. All right, so this is the understanding with that. There are some people that I know of that are very confused with movement and progress. And I'm gonna give you an example. I have a good friend of mine out here, beautiful girl, college educated, speaks multiple languages. She's a life coach. Now, as you hear that, beautiful, college educated, speaks multiple language, she's a life coach. Right away, if I stop right there, you was like, damn, who is that? Here's the deal. Spends way too much time working on her website, okay? And, just shuffling books around. Oh, this one, I want my apartment to look like this. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail as far as how this person is living their life, but it's not pointed in the direction as far as gathering all this information. Hey, I've read this, I've done this, I've gone to this workshop and all that. Nothing. Don't have any clients, barely have enough money to take care of herself. But here's the deal. In that same time, this is where I'm at. Okay, because I know this industry now. I'm learning more about it, and I'm understanding that if you're going to come into this space, I don't fashion myself as a life coach, but I'm in this space. So what I'm understanding now is that if you're going to be in this space, you better have a book. If you don't have a book, you better have a website. That website better have content, stuff, step-by-step things, maybe a webinar. Maybe you have, and if you have the book, then maybe you have chiseled out the chapters, or you have created yourself a YouTube channel that is now going through the steps. I'm going through my book, step by step by step by step. We're breaking down chapter 11 right now. So we're going through these steps, and so I am producing content. Because at some point in time, somebody is going to say, what do you sound like when you speak? Here it is. And if, when I later on get an opportunity to speak at an event, there's going to be a camera crew there. They're going to film that content based off of this. Because just the way that I'm delivering this energy on this, the same way that I've seen other people get opportunities, you have to be able to project that energy on this video. Now, the energy I'm on this video, imagine what that energy is like in a live setting. It'll be off the chain. All right? So, wasting all your time with what your website looks like and all the other stuff like that, that's whatever. I've written the book. I've put the content together. That's what you need to do. Paralyzed by a bunch of information, because all that is potential. You need to apply it and you need to execute it, which is what I'm doing right now. This industry demands that. And if you don't have it, nobody's going to take you seriously. All right? So, with that in mind, I understand fear creates inappropriate action or inaction. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is that she doesn't realize that she's scared to death to really take action. She's worried about whether she's going to fail or not. And that's exactly what we're talking about right here. Don't be afraid to fail, because you would rather fail than sit over here and go, man, what if I had given it a shot? Give it a shot. All right? So, don't be afraid to fail. Take educated action. Take educated risk. All right. Here's my challenge as we close this video out. Ask and answer the 3 questions. What do you want? Why do you want what you want? And can you see it with your mind's eye before it is out in the world? Can you see it before anybody else does? That's it. You answer the 3 questions. Then we have gone through 8 of the 9 pillars of success. The 9 pillars of success. We've gone through 8 of them. The next video I'll do tomorrow in a couple of days, it'll be on the 9th pillar. Now, take one of those, just one of them, and apply it till it is yours. Once you've applied the one that you feel the most comfortable with, find another one. Apply that till it is yours. And then go on and on and on and on and on until you are using all 9 pillars to support your 3 questions. All right, this is Carlton Hamilton. This is Plan Your Greatness. And I'm going to say this again. Plan your greatness, because no one else will. All right, I will see you guys all next time. Take care.